Hi everyone, Sensei Jerry VALIDO with the VALIDO Academy of Martial Arts, back again with another installment of E to the 3. Today, this particular segment is geared towards law enforcement, security personnel, and mainly security personnel, mainly those who work private security or security in nightclubs. And I just wanted to kind of put this out there. I actually, from time to time, work security myself, and I've come across certain situations that have given me pause for thought, and I thought it might be a good thing to put a video out for people who maybe are just starting out in the field or working in one of these venues. Just things to keep in mind when you're dealing with patrons, especially if they're drunk, if they're belligerent, if they're in a fight, if you're trying to restrain somebody, things of that nature. So just take this as, some advice, and hopefully it'll help you in a certain situation. And this is actually things that I teach in the ARC program that I teach to private security, the assault resistance and control program that I have here at the VALIDO Academy of Martial Arts. So hope you enjoy it. Okay, tip number 1 is to always be aware of the person's hands. Always be aware of what their hands are doing. Okay, so for instance, I have an individual here, okay, who I'm trying to, he's standing natural, I'm kind of just dealing with him, right? But if I'm all here and just kind of paying attention to him up here, and I'm not paying attention to what his hand is doing, his hand could be sneaking back, reaching into his pocket or something to produce a weapon. And if I'm up here and I get into his space, this could happen. Okay, so it's real important that as you deal with someone, don't let them get, if preferable, any further than arm's length. Okay, obviously the safest distance is probably about 5 feet. 5-foot line, which is roughly, if I can stay in frame, roughly about right here, negates the ability for the guy to punch you, to kick you, to stab you. But once he crosses over that line, now you're in a range where an attack is more possible. So range and awareness have a lot to do with keeping yourself safe in a security type of environment. That can't always happen, especially if you're working in a nightclub where people are right up on top of each other. So, as I said at the beginning of this, tip number 1 is just pay attention to their hands. Know where the hands are. If they're like this, if they're in their pockets, if he's turned away from you to one side and he's doing something back here that you can't see. Okay, if he's maybe back here, getting ready to pull something out here, you just can't be too careful these days, especially with the advent of all kinds of, little blades and shanks and things that people can carry. You want to watch their hands. And even if the guy's empty-handed, if he's down here out of what's called the planetary range of vision, where it's below your direct eyesight, he can come up and pop you. Okay, so just make sure that you keep the distance that you need to necessary. Tell them to back up if you need to, and be aware of their hands.